everyone. I hope you are enjoying this 1,000 subscriber party so far. That is the inspiration piece that I am using off of Jen's Instagram account, and I'm going to go ahead and get started on my project. I started this video kind of mid-working just to make it a little bit easier for you to understand what I'm doing. So this is a sheet of just thin cardstock. It's not thick cardstock. It's just 80-pound cardstock. I cut it to 4 inches by 8 inches, and I'm creating my own background paper. So I have the colors I'm using are Distress Oxide inks, and they are in Speckled Egg, Peacock Feathers, and Chipped Sapphire. And I am just blending and blending and blending. So if you've never ink blended before, my biggest tips are get those brushes really, really inked up. The more ink you have, the more saturated those brushes are, the better your blending will be. And you just keep going. Think of it as in Finding Nemo, just keep swimming. Just say to yourself, just keep blending, just keep blending. The blue tape that I have is Post-it tape. One side is sticky and one side is not. I put the sticky side on my fingers, and that allows me to not get smudgies or fingerprints on the panel that I am ink blending. The other thing that I will tell you is to wipe your desk. You saw me do that once already. Wipe your desk a lot. Wipe it often so that you don't get your colors mixing where you don't want your colors to mix. So, yes, I'm ink blending, blending and blending. And then when you're done ink blending, I just use hot soapy water to clean my brushes and then let them sit on a towel by an open window or in front of an air conditioner to dry. And they will dry nice and quick too. That's the best way I found. I let my panel sit overnight, spritzed it with just a little bit of water. Oh, actually, no. I spritzed it with a little bit of water and then let it sit overnight because it was damp. And before I work in my traveler's notebook, I really, 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 really wanted it to be bone dry, really, really dry, because it's not thick cardstock, and I didn't want it to have a tearing issue or anything like that. So the next thing I'm working on is this tag. This is actually a leftover tag. This is a tag that I cut from Catherine Pooler's layered tag dies, and I'm just doing the wee edges of the tag with some Speckled Egg Distress Oxide, which I currently find to be the most delicious, fabulous Distress Oxide color ever. It's just glorious. If you haven't had a chance to try any of these lovely products yet, I really recommend this color. It's so pretty. It's like this perfect aqua blue color. So cool. Okay, so I'm just doing just the tad edges of this white tag. What I want to do is to create a big white open space in the middle that will allow me to add my journaling to my notebook. So I went in and I grabbed a 6x6 paper pad. This is a way old Prima one. I just wanted a little bit of something behind what really isn't a photo. It is the notice that the Pennsylvania Department of Education placed on their Facebook page, and letting everyone in Pennsylvania know that they had closed the schools until further notice. They closed all the schools in Pennsylvania until further notice. And so I kept it and printed it as part of my COVID-19 pandemic notebook. You're going to see lots of Traveler's Notebook layouts this week because I want to get some of them finished while the thoughts and what I want to journal about are still fresh in my mind. So I'm going to be creating a couple of fairly simple layouts this week using this journal. This particular one is just going to hold March's activities, And then I have another one for April and another for May. And then I'm going to stop because really, as June rolled around, we've kind of come out of the stay-at-home orders, and while there is definitely other news that needs to be documented, all of the stories about the pandemic I have pretty much documented, and can get into Traveler's Notebooks, one for March, one for April, and one for May. So that's my plan. So I went ahead and I backed this particular little notice with just some very simple white paper. This whole layout is very, very simple. This is some simple scrapbooking. The important part is the journaling and what the page is about, not necessarily products or embellishments, things like that. But I think the best part is that panel that I ink blended and created, because it was perfect. It just perfectly, it added that dose of lovely color to the spread. So I have my photo there. I've backed it and centered it on my page. This is going to be a horizontal Traveler's Notebook page. I have another one in this book, or maybe even another two in this book, that have horizontal spreads. I like horizontal spreads. They're just a little different. And because of the orientation and length of this particular notice, I didn't want to try to shrink it down or anything like that. I just decided to keep it in the horizontal orientation. So I have my T-square ruler and my favorite Muji pen for journaling. I'm just going to draw some journaling lines and then fill in my journaling. My journaling just talks about how they decided to close the schools for the rest of the year, and how thankful that I am, particularly that Logan was already homeschooled, and that because he's already homeschooled, he was able to complete his classes, get the education, finish out his school year without much of an upset. He did have a little bit. They kind of shortened everything and got him out of school quicker than maybe he would have been otherwise. But for the most part, this just talks about how I'm thankful that this wasn't as huge an upset as it was for some other families. I'm going to go ahead and place my tag just like this. I'm actually going to put it down. All right. This right here, what I'm about to show you, is the reason why I let this ink blended panel sit overnight and bone dry, completely 100% dry, because that's right, I had to pull the tag up. I decided I didn't like it at an angle and I wanted it to be straight on. And if that panel had been even the tiniest bit damp or moist, I could never have done that, what I just did right there. No way, Jose. All that ink blending work would have been for naught. I'm going to add a little wood veneer above my tag that says this happened today, and I looked up the date that they announced that they were going to close the school. I have just a cute little epoxy flare from Scrap and Happy Studios that says school canceled, and then I also have another little piece of wood veneer from Color Cast Designs that says online learning, and that's where we're done. I just, like I said, this particular spread, just really simple. It ticks all the boxes of telling an important story of something that was going on, something that occurred during the pandemic. But I wanted to share it with you anyway, because it does pack a punch when you turn it, thanks to that gorgeous ink blending. I hope you all have a fabulous day. So make sure to check out down below, hop on to the next amazing YouTuber, and make sure to check out Jen's channel and her video. She's going to have a wonderful giveaway for all of you that are hopping along and partying with her. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.